Hey guys, and welcome to the centre of Palma de Mallorca, Spain for this Old Town tour in awesome 4K hypersmooth. We kick things off today in Plaça de CORT, the seat of the ancient feudal court here in Mallorca. Palma's town hall was built in the 17th century, and if they'd filmed Back to the Future in Palma, this is surely the clock that would have been struck by lightning, sending Marty back to 1985. There's also a couple of posh hotels here, including Hotel Mama from the Cappuccino Cafe group. And talking of cafes, my favourite cafeteria in Palma is right here, Na Cati. The square's also famous for its 600-year-old olive tree, which to me just looks like a giant bonsai. Mind you, I suppose a giant bonsai is just a tree. Nevertheless, it was transported here from Pollença on the other side of the island and planted here in 1989 as a symbol of peace. And I have to say, it seems to be working. I have not witnessed any altercations in front of this tree as long as I've been here. Now we find ourselves flying up tree-lined Calle Colom, past various rather pricey boutiques, and this street heads directly to the centre of Plaça Major. Architect Antoni Gaudi's presence here on the island really boosted the modernist Art Nouveau movement in Mallorca, and this building is a famous example from the period. And now we enter the heart of Plaça Major. The square, as you see it, began construction in the early 19th century, but it was originally the site of a convent, and then the location of the infamous Spanish Inquisition in Mallorca. So this square has seen some true horrors then, but nothing as horrible as the shopping centre below Plaça Major. Mercifully closed just months ago, but a truly terrifying retail experience during its lifetime. You can see us entering a little plaza here with a lovely little garden inside. I would like to mention though, if you are thinking of moving to Palma or somewhere similar and are considering living in a square, think again. For some reason, drunk people enjoy congregating in squares and talking extremely loudly until about 3 in the morning. Also, it's often the location of recycling bins, which, my golly gosh, they will keep you up at all hours of the night. Here we are careering around the back streets, lots of thin alleys. If you'd like to see a dedicated video about the Old Town's back streets, you'll see it linked to in the top of your screen right now. Click that link if you'd like to see a more in-depth video from Palma's Old Town back streets. Entering Plaça de Sant Francesc now, and this is the gorgeous basilica. The square's actually right round the corner from our house, and, interesting fact, it's where we normally park our car. Travelling down this very thin lane, stuck behind this guy, and that's why I'm wobbling about a wee bit. I'm going a bit slow. And we emerge in the alley that's home to Palma's most famous heladeria or ice cream parlour, Can Joan De S'aigo, opened in the year 1700. Famous for their stunning ice cream made from Mallorquin almonds. You really need to come and try Can Joan De S'aigo. Take a nice ice cream pit stop during a day wandering around the city. Utilising the magic of teleportation, also known as basic editing, we find ourselves here on the eastern end of the DALT MURADA, which is the ancient city wall. This wall runs all the way in front and up to the famous cathedral here. These are some views from the other side of Parc de la Mar, which the wall runs adjacent to. You can see Palma's famous cathedral there, and this view is from the Autopista, from the Paseo Marítimo out to the Mediterranean. And here we are, passing beneath La Seu, or Palma's famous cathedral. That's the view from up on the esplanade in front of the cathedral, down to the zigzag portion of the wall, and you can see these little turrets at either point here. This is a good spot to hang out, actually, if you want to sunbathe, have a coffee and relax. The wall's nice and thick, so you can sit up there and enjoy the amazing views. Venturing along the last section of the wall here. And as you can see, doing an amazing job of cycling backwards at speed. I'm just joking. I've merely reversed the footage. Turning the last corner on the DALT MURADA, the Almudena Palace, towering above. This gate is normally open and leads to the gardens of the palace. I always need the toilet when I'm here for some reason. It's also a really nice place to come during the day because it's quite shady and quite leafy. The Almudena Palace that we were talking about, which sits neighbouring the cathedral. This is a 13th century palace, and it's the home of the Spanish royal family when they come to Mallorca. Pretty nice address to have, overlooking Parc de la Mar and the marina below. It's got these really cool battlements that make for a lovely photo opportunity, as you can see. And that brings us on to the cathedral itself, La Seu, also known as the Cathedral of Light. Towering over the lake in Parc de la Mar, like the Almudena Palace, you can pay a small fee to see inside the cathedral, and it really is one of the most stunning cathedrals in the Gothic style that you will find in Europe. It's also one of the tallest, taller even than Notre Dame. In your face, Paris. We're utilising that teleportation device again to find ourselves in La Rambla, which is one of the long walking streets, the long pedestrianised streets in the centre of Palma. Lovely and leafy, completely tree-lined, so you're mostly hidden from the glare of the hot midday sun. Swinging a left back into the Old Town. This is another section of the Old Town featuring more basilicas, more narrow, winding lanes and alleys. Slightly broader here. Some of the houses slightly grander, but still the same idea. Coming up on the left, Atlantico Cocktail Bar. One of my favourite bars here on the island. You have to go in. It's like a museum inside. Americans would call it a dive bar, I imagine. It's covered in graffiti, but it's fantastic and the owner's wonderful. Very luxurious part of the Old Town here. Lots of boutiques and art galleries. Trendy shops selling expensive wares. And at the end, the iconic Paseo del Born, the grandest avenue in Palma. And here you'll find all the international luxury stores that your wallet can handle. Bulgari, Louis Vuitton, the list goes on. And it's here where we're going to end our tour today. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, you know what to do. Hit that like and don't forget to subscribe too. It's completely free to subscribe to channels on YouTube, so go ahead. Also, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Do you know Palma? Do you come to Mallorca often? Let me know and I'll do my very best to respond to you. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and see you on the next video.